All right, hey, what's going on, everybody? Wait, what's up, Finn? How's it going, man? Good to see you in here. I am back on Trovo. After some time, I was like, why don't I try this shot again? Why don't I try and do it again? Um, I had some time away, for sure, and I'll explain why. Um, so I was kind of waiting for Trovo to roll out, some features, because it's pretty much still kind of the bare bones still. But I spent some time away because I was just trying to figure out, what I really wanted to do. There was a lot of people that I've met on here that have that are either former Mixer streamers, RIP Mixer, or decided to make the transition over to from Twitch over to here. And I've brought some of my Twitch community over to here, and I've been streaming on Twitch for a while now, probably for a good 2 years or so. This show right here, RCW, has been going on for 2 years, and Twitch was the home of it. And I was thinking to myself, why not? What's the worst that can happen? In terms of, trying out new things and keeping and seeing how things go. So, we're here. We're here, and kind of a little bit of an update for you guys. I know that I haven't uploaded episode 12 of RCW season 8. I'm in the process of editing that right now, and I will go ahead and upload that to the YouTube side of things. You can access my YouTube by going down in the About Me. There should be a big YouTube icon, and you could click on that and you'll gain access to all of my YouTube content. And I take a lot of pride in everything that I do. I spend most of my days editing and recording and doing things, all while trying to finish my last semester of college. So I spend a lot of time, most of my time, other than Zooming college classes, to making videos and creating awesome content for wrestling fans. And, for those of you that are just seeing the stream for the first time, obviously, I'm a wrestling fan. What gave it away, other than the fact that I'm streaming wrestling? But, so a majority of the content that you will see on the channel is wrestling. And a majority of the content that you will see here is RCW, which is my wrestling show where I take created wrestlers like these two, Luna Outlaw and Ariel, and also Whitney White, who's in the pigtails there, and also WWE wrestlers from the WWE game, and I make my own universes, my own storylines, my own everything. So think of it like its own Raw or SmackDown. So if you enjoy watching that stuff, or you used to watch it back in the 80s and 90s, then you'll enjoy this for sure. I like to interact with the viewers by not only by talking to you guys in chat, but also having your wrestlers on here. So if you have 2K19 on the Xbox, feel free to send me the tags so I can go to the community creations and download them. All I ask is I have full creative control, which means I can do anything to your wrestler. I usually don't change how they look, but a lot of people sometimes they can get a little bit mad because their wrestler isn't in a storyline. Like, I like to figure out cool things. I like to be creative. I like to, add that extra flair, no pun intended, if you will, to a lot of things. And I like seeing viewers excited to see their wrestler, or excited. It's like me being a fan. I love seeing my favorite wrestlers, be a part of a major storyline or be a part of something. And all of that creativeness comes with time. So it takes me time to do all this. So bear with me, and we'll all enjoy it together. So for the first match for the show today, we have Luna Outlaw, the RCW Women's Champion, versus Ariel, the one who challenged her at RCW Freefall, the pay-per-view in Toronto. So if you've missed that, definitely go ahead and check that out. That is uploaded on my YouTube channel. Once, Trovo gets a bot situated, we'll be able to just type in a command and be able to do it. But until then, we have this, so it works. I'm glad that they're adding all these features, and hopefully, more features. They're working on like a raid feature, I heard, and things like that. So it's awesome, and I've definitely enjoyed meeting a lot of the people on here, and I hope that we can grow Trovo as a platform. And my ultimate goal here is not only to grow my channel, but to grow the wrestling fan base, because I know that there are a lot of people out there that may be fans of wrestling, but the wrestling gaming fan base is a little bit smaller. So I would like to take advantage of that and possibly grow it. So here we go, as we have our first match with Luna Outlaw and Ariel. So the style of matches that I like to do here is I like to play the matches. So I like to play the matches as well as commentate them. So you guys are going to get a flavor of the best of both worlds here. I'm no Jim Ross, I'm no Jerry Lawler, but I'm going to try. So bear with me, as we have Luna Outlaw coming out here with the RCW Women's title that you see around her waist here, and that heartbeat monitor shaved into her head as symbolism for her loss to Ariel for that title. That was a lottery case, which is equivalent to the Money in the Bank briefcase. That was a cash-in that took place. And Ariel's finisher is called the Code Blue Knee Strike, which you may see today. And that was the finisher that ended Luna Outlaw's reign as RCW Women's Champion. So she basically shaved her head, changed her look, and said, "My heart still beats no matter if you hit me in the head or not." As Luna Outlaw comes out here. As we have Ariel now coming out here, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that little intro. That is an intro. The RCW intro is an intro that I put together with a lot of these superstars here on the show. And that was a really awesome, fun project. And that is just a handful of, that's just one example of the content that I create on my YouTube. So, again, if that interests you at all, please feel free to check it out. Put a lot of hard time and a lot of hard work into that, as this match is going to get underway here as Ariel takes down the champion. Now, Ariel with the stomp to the arm to the champion here. And now, Ariel now looking to get back in the title picture. And Luna Outlaw and Whitney White took on Chris Statlander and Toni Storm in a tag team match last episode. And unfortunately, I believe it was Luna who got pinned. In that match by Toni Storm. So now Toni Storm possibly earned a title shot here. As an Irish whip into the corner, now charging in with that knee strike, and now a knee strike right to the face, and that leaves Ariel stunned in the corner here, and now a couple of stomps right to the midsection of Ariel here. Now an Irish whip into the ropes, missing that drop kick though, as Ariel's able to sidestep it, and another huge knee, a couple of knee strikes again to the midsection. But an Irish whip, as Ariel has Luna reeling on the apron here, and a drop kick to the outside. Referee begins the count here. You can see the flashing numbers on your screen. We have a count out of 20 under RCW rules here. Unlike that other company who has a count of 10, we like our matches to end with a winner. And a drop kick there to Ariel is now Luna gets back into the ring as she awaits her longtime rival in Ariel. Is Ariel finally getting up and getting back into the ring, but a hair toss here. You know, having short hair, you know, I don't know how much impact that has, but it hurts anyway. As a standing moonsault there. Irish whip again to the corner, now charging in again with a knee strike. And the champion really taking control of this match here. As Luna's looking for that pile driver, but Ariel with the reversal and now a right hand. Oh, and a slap right to the face. The disrespect there from Ariel, and now another slap there from Luna in a reversal. Now a crucifix. Oh, tried to go for that cover there. Maybe not. As Whitney White distracting Ariel here, paying dividends here for the champion, and a guilty verdict, a variation of the Crossroads. Made famous by Cody Rhodes, but her brother Brian likes to use that as a way to mock the Rhodes family. As you can see that on the Outlaw World Tour, my YouTube series, the Outlaw World Tour. That's a really fun series. I highly recommend checking that out. As we have all of the affiliates of RCW here on the ring, and the NWO Wrestling managed by Deftest Violator. He's a good friend of mine over on the Twitch platform. We also have the EWL, the Epic Wrestling League, managed by Sakate, another good friend of mine. The BCW, which is managed by Young Sin, as an elbow right in the corner there. And the AFK managed by Natalia. So 4 good friends of mine that kind of do the same thing I do. And we all have the same mission, and that is to create awesome wrestling content for all of you here. Is now Luna lifting up Ariel on a pile driver, putting her right on her head there. Count of 1, 2, and Ariel kicks out at 2.5 here. Is now Luna Outlaw. Don't tell me she's gonna hit this. This is what finished Luna's championship reign here, running in, and a code blue knee strike right to Ariel, using her own finisher, but a rope break saves her real quick. As a rope break able to save Ariel again, dragging her to the middle of the ring here in a count of 2, and that just gave enough time for Ariel to kick out of her own finisher. Imagine losing to your own finisher. That definitely would be embarrassing for Ariel there, as a reversal. And all looking for a triangle submission, but again, Luna realizing where she is, able to get maybe her foot underneath the rope, or maybe just her arm for the rope break there. Now a comeback here is now Ariel smashing the head into the canvas. Now Ariel's fired up now with a couple of clotheslines and a super kick right to the face of the champion here. And another standing moonsault, and then going right after that head yet again. 1, 2 to get a win over the champion here, and oh, barely got the shoulder up. Barely got the shoulder up here, and continuing to attack that head. But a reversal there. Now Luna's coming back here. Now she's stretching out the back of Ariel here, trying to bring some pain here. And again going after the back. keep in mind here, anything can happen here on RCW, so, you know, if Ariel's able to get a win, she might get a rematch as a pile driver again to Ariel here. 1, 2, and Ariel again kicked out at 2.5. Ariel is still alive. And it may take this again, as Luna's looking to charge this one up again. Here in the corner. The code blue knee strike right in the face. 1, 2, 3, and Luna gets the victory here. A little bit of revenge from losing the title to that move. Now she wins with the move that she lost to. How crazy is that? Talk about a fairy tale ending there. As we move on quickly to our next match, folks. Get ready for this next one. As we have Ali and Cedric Alexander, the tag team champions, the RCW tag team champions, going up against Darby Allin, the RCW Carnage champion, and Finn Balor. Now, this is a very interesting pairing here in both ways. I never thought that Ali and Cedric would team up together to defeat Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy, known as the Disciples, for the RCW tag team titles. But Darby Allin and Finn Balor, if those two ever met one-on-one, that is a dream match if I'd ever seen one. But tonight they will be partners, and we'll see if they can coexist. As we get ready for this match, it's Ali and Cedric Alexander versus Darby Allin and Finn Balor. Tag team champions versus an unlikely team up here. Let's see how it works out. And now it's Cedric Alexander and Ali coming out here, the RCW Tag Team Champions. As you can see, they have the titles around their waist after beating the Disciples at RCW Freefall in Toronto. They now look to prove why they deserve to be the Tag Team Champions, and a win here could easily do that for them. As we have Darby Allin coming out here first with that RCW Carnage title, in which he retained that title against Chris Danger in an Iron Man match, an RCW Iron Man match, which is a 20-minute Iron Man match, in which case it's basically, if you're not familiar with an Iron Man match, every fall counts until that clock expires. And Darby Allin was able to get one fall, get a 3-2 win, I believe, over Chris Danger in the final seconds to retain that title. As his tag team partner, makes his way out here, the Demon, Finn Balor. Now, he is a former tag team champion in his own right with Aleister Black. And then Aleister said I think it's better if we go our separate ways, focusing on our singles careers. And that is where we're at now. I believe they were the first tag team champions we had seen here in RCW. And it's been 2 years since we started this show. 2 years. And look at where we are now. As Finn Balor, the Demon, has emerged. Now, definitely, this is a man that you do not want to mess with, of course. But nonetheless, you know, he may have some creepy antics, but once this man gets in the ring, he is a force to be reckoned with as the crowd lifts up the hands for Finn Balor. Now let's get this match underway, folks. As we have Ali and Darby Allin. What a way to start off this match. Ali and Darby, here we go. Now the tag team rules are simple. They have to the count of 5 to get out of the ring after a tag has been made. Now, if any of these guys, if Cedric or Ali were to pin Darby Allin, you know, they could be in line for a title shot, even though that they are tag team champions. That is still valid. You know, it doesn't matter if you're a tag team champion already or if you're a champion already of something. If you get a pin over the champion, you could find yourself in a title shot eventually as Darby Allin throwing caution to the wind there. As he goes off the top rope, landing on Ali and a knee drop right to the face of one half of the tag team champions here. Now Splash in the corner, able to take Ali out. Ali trying to make the tag to Cedric, realizing that he's in trouble, but Darby Allin preventing that there. But Ali, though, with a Hurricane Rana, able to get out of trouble. Now a kick right to the back of Darby Allin. And now going right to Cedric as the referee saw the tag out of the corner of his eye there. I don't know if he was clearly paying attention. We've had issues with refs in the past. We've had to fire some. We had an intern ref. And then we had to fire him. So hopefully we don't have any referee problems going further. You know, Aaron's been a good referee to us. There's a knee right to the back of Darby Allin here. This is very, very smart on Cedric's part, keeping Darby Allin grounded. And wow, what an enziguri there. What a kick to the side of the head. But Darby Allin refusing to go down here. What? A weird glitch there. That was a weird glitch. He just faded outside the ring, but a German suplex. Oh, another kick, but it's to the back of the neck this time. And Darby Allin is taking a lot of punishment here, and Finn Balor has yet to come in this matchup. And he's going to lock the legs here, trying to get Darby Allin to tap, but a rope break forces him to break the hold here. Trying to lift up Darby Allin, but Darby Allin coming back with that arm drag. Now Darby with an uppercut sends Cedric in the corner. And now again, Darby Allin sending Cedric down. And this man is on a comeback. And he is fired up now. Irish whip to the corner. Darby, though. Darby going up top. And oh, he takes down Cedric. Ducks under that clothesline and a springboard cross body. And a wheelbarrow into a bulldog there. And Darby Allin There must have been a fire lit under him and a sunset flip powerbomb to Cedric Alexander. And just like that, Darby Allin has turned the tables here in this match. Now Darby Allin looking to submit Cedric here. This would be huge for Finn Balor and Darby. But Cedric able to get out of the way there. And Cedric doing a little bit of taunting, wasting valuable time here. As Darby Allin, though. Darby Allin drops Cedric. He wasted valuable time. And that's going to allow Darby Allin to climb up top. And Darby Allin with the senton. 1, 2, and Ali able to break up the pin there. As Finn Balor had to come in. But that wasn't needed. I thought maybe Darby Allin. It seemed like Finn Balor didn't even try to stop Ali there. Again, keep in mind that Finn Balor hasn't been in this match yet. Finn Balor has not been in this match. Tried for that kick to the side of the head there, and Darby Allin reversed as Cedric's looking for the hot tag, and Darby Allin preventing Cedric from doing so. And now working on those legs again. As Darby Allin going to the corner, are we going to finally see? Yes, Finn Balor is tagged. Finally in this match here. This is the first time we are seeing Finn Balor in this match after quite some time. It has been all Darby Allin. But that allows Cedric. Cedric plants Finn Balor just like that. And that allows him to get some time to make the tag, the much needed tag to his partner in Ali. Now Ali working on Finn now. The two freshest men in this matchup. Irish whip into the ropes here. Tried for the drop kick, but misconnected with it, but got enough of it to at least take down Finn. Now another kick to the back, as that has been a huge target. The back of both Darby Allin and Finn Balor has been a huge target for the tag team champions, and a forearm right to the face. The running forearm in the corner. As again, Mustafa Ali going after that back. And a huge knee right to the face. And a clothesline to the outside of the ring. As now the referee begins the count here. Ali looking to do something dangerous as he launches himself to the outside. And this man is on a whole nother level, and you are seeing why these two together are the tag team champions right now. Finn not able to take advantage of that reversal though. Now he's looking to send Finn Balor into the corner, busted him open. Can't see it though because of the face paint, and maybe that's a good thing as Ali, a flurry of punches here. As he's going to get ready, but he made the hot tag to Darby Allin. Darby Allin is the main guy here, and Finn Balor gets just pummeled there on the outside. Ali again going up top. Darby Allin taking him down. What a crazy series of events here, and a sunset flip powerbomb on Ali now. He's now looking for a pin here. 1, 2 to get a win over Ali, and a kick out at 2.5. Now Darby Allin This guy's got guts. He's willing to put himself through any type of punishment as that senton there. And he might be looking to go up for an even bigger one here. Looking to go up for that senton one more time, but oh, knees right to the back of Darby Allin. The back and forth action here. As both men sidestepping each other's moves as an Irish whip to the apron here. And now Darby Allin just tosses Ali back in. Now Darby Allin lifting him up now. But Mustafa Ali breaking out of that one. It's a back and forth contest here. What a tag team division we have here in RCW. There are plenty of superstars in this tag team division. As now he's looking right directly at Finn Balor, and now Finn Balor goes down. He's got to turn his attention back to Darby Allin, and he does, and what an elbow. And now Darby Allin is down for the count now. Darby Allin, couple of miscommunications there from Ali, trying to go up top. As Cedric, he looks like he's tired there on the apron. He might be a little bit winded, and I don't blame him. This match has gone on for a while as Ali looks for the 054, the reverse 450 splash here on Darby Allin. 1, 2, and Darby Allin just able to get the shoulder up at 2. Just able to get the shoulder up at 2. As now Ali again ascending to the top and another splash, but this time it's the right way around. Count of 2 and a 3, and Ali gets the victory. But there's a huge question mark here. Why did Finn Balor not try to stop at that time? Finn Balor was basically resting the whole time while Darby Allin did all the work. And that just shows you right there why these guys are tag team champions. Is Cedric Alexander and Ali win this match here as we move on to our next one here in a few moments. As we have Toni Storm now versus Mercy Phantom, the returning Mercy Phantom, that is, because she had spent some time away, but now she is back and better than ever now. Now Toni Storm, like I mentioned, she has already earned herself an opportunity by beating Luna Outlaw, the champion, as we just seen. So we will see what she has in store for us here. As she will face the returning Mercy Phantom. However, she's got to keep an eye out for Chris Statlander. Just because they teamed up last episode doesn't mean that they are friends. They were in a match together in which Chris Statlander had beaten her in that match. So just because they are friends now, just because they were friends then doesn't mean that they are actually friends. Seems like the enemy of my enemy is my friend here. Maybe not. Maybe so. Who knows? Anything could happen here on RCW. Well, let's get to it, folks. Toni Storm and Mercy Phantom. As we have Toni Storm coming out here first. Toni Storm. As she likes to trademark, it is Toni time, and it may be Toni time here. Yet again, here on RCW. What a big win it was for her team and Chris Statlander and Toni Storm. As Toni Storm inches closer to a championship opportunity here. And getting a win over a former champion in Mercy Phantom may further put her up the rankings here. But let's get her challenger out here, Mercy Phantom. Now, Mercy Phantom is on her way out here. Now, it's been quite some time since we've seen her in RCW. But, you know, I always like to give some time for my superstars to handle their personal issues, to do whatever it is that they need to do. I mean, the champions, you know, we don't want any Brock Lesnar's of champions. We want our champions to show up here and to wrestle, so... You know, but if you're not doing anything too major here in the show, then it's completely fine for the talent to take a couple weeks off. And I believe she hasn't been here for longer than a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, but nonetheless, she is here now. As Mercy Phantom and Toni Storm about to get it underway here as a referee helps us out here. And a kick right to the face there. Big boot to start this one off here. You wonder if ring rust is going to come into play here for Mercy Phantom. But who knows? As Toni Storm tries to run in with that hip attack, but Mercy able to take advantage with a side Russian leg sweep here. And now the former RCW Women's Champion looking to show that she doesn't have ring rust, and from what it seems right now, it looks like she hasn't missed a beat. Now working on the neck there of Toni Storm, and now going for an early cover. Count of 1 and a kick out. Oh, and what a kick right to the face there, and an uppercut right to the back of the head. And these punches are coming with some authority here. Maybe Toni's a little bit angry, who knows? I mean, you know, her last name is Storm after all. You know, and I think we're going to see definitely a huge storm coming, and the eye of the storm is coming closer here as this match is going to continue. Again, pay attention to the referee's count. You can see the flashing numbers on your screen here. Count of 5 here as these ladies continue to battle it out here on the outside. Count of 7. 8 here as Toni Storm and Mercy get back in the ring at the count of 9, but they still head to the count of 20 here, and Toni Storm tosses Mercy Phantom here. As now Toni Storm just on a flurry of offense. On a flurry of offense here. Now what's she going for here? Jumps over. Oh, that disrespect. That kick to the side of the face. From Toni, and Toni with a German suplex to Mercy Phantom. And just like that, the Eye of the Storm is coming here. And Mercy is right in the middle of it. Trying to end Mercy here. 1, 2, and a kick out. Mercy Phantom proving that she's not going to go down that easy. There's now Mercy though. Mercy sends Toni down. And now Toni looking to regroup here on the apron. She was caught off guard by that. Punch right to the face. Now Toni Storm allowing herself to get back in, and another punch to the face here. But Mercy coming back here. Spine buster. Into a pin, and oh, a rope break. Saving her there. And now Mercy. My God! The agility here from Mercy Phantom. As Mercy's looking for that patented no mercy. Patented no mercy here on Toni Storm. 1, 2, and Toni kicked out at 2.5. Toni with the ability, the wherewithal to kick out of no mercy, and this match still continues here. As Mercy again trying to get a finish here, but it's not going to be enough. There's got to be more than that to take down Toni Storm. Oh, Toni Storm got a second wind. Oh, but it's met with a bulldog there. Mercy just charging in with a bulldog, stopping that second win, but Toni Storm able to break out of that submission. Oh, tried for a headbutt, but no, a shoulder tackle just runs over Toni Storm. Tried for the double knees in the corner there, but Mercy was met with turnbuckle. As now Mercy is down to one knee. As now Toni Storm trying to lift Mercy here and lifts her into that suplex. But as you can tell here, Toni Storm is tired. Toni Storm is winded. Both ladies are winded. Just trying to figure out who can go down first. And it's all this energy exhausted. It's got to turn into something as Mercy Phantom with the Falcon Arrow there. Now trying for that cartwheel kick again. And oh, Toni Storm got out of the way of that one. And drops her on the back of the knee. 1, 2, 3, and Toni Storm able to spoil the victory. Able to spoil Mercy Phantom. To spoil the return. And Toni Storm further climbs up the rankings here in the women's division as we move on to our next match, folks. As we have Bryce Blackwell versus Chris Danger. And now he is being accompanied to the ring by his brother, Big Nasty Bubba Blackwell. As Big Nasty, he had teamed up with Chris Danger and came up short against Young Sin and Jason Outlaw in that tag team. And I can say that he's not very happy about that. Understandably so. Understandably so. I mean, I wouldn't either. But Bryce Blackwell looks to gain some momentum here. And we'll see if he can do it. And Chris Danger, he's got to put that title loss behind him. He's got to put it behind him and focus on the Blackwells and focus on the match at hand here, and that is Bryce Blackwell. And we'll see if Big Nasty gets involved in this match. Here we go, folks. Bryce Blackwell and Chris Danger. As now it is Bryce with Big Nasty, his brother, right in his corner. And it doesn't surprise me that Big Nasty is out here with him. Reason being, they are family. And they have each other. And it makes me wonder what the executive advisor has to do with this. Because they have an executive advisor. Consider it their manager, if you will. Somebody that negotiates their contracts, the whole 9 yards. And it makes me wonder, like, what is going on before he comes out and gets ready for a match. I don't know what goes on backstage between those two. I don't know what the executive advisor is telling all of the Blackwells. But whatever it is, it seems to be working out for him. And hopefully Bryce Blackwell can get a victory here, as we will get to his challenger. And it is this man, Chris Danger, the internet darling of professional wrestling. He has been all over the place, from promotion to promotion, all over YouTube, all over the wrestling side of YouTube, and now he is here in RCW, and he's been here with us since Season 3 when he joined the Outlaws in what seemed like a very, very dominant faction here on RCW, but then he turned his back on the Outlaws, joining the now released Rogue family. But now we are seeing a totally different side of Chris Danger here. Maybe he's aligning himself with the Blackwells now. I don't know. Maybe this is just some friendly competition as we get this underway. And Bryce Blackwell with a flying forearm to start this one off. But, you know, the nature of the relationship between Chris and the Blackwells, I honestly would like to sit down with the executive advisor one of these days and kind of figure out the nature of the relationship and wanting to come to RCW, you know. I definitely want to see that, for sure. I want to get to the bottom of that. But right now, we must focus on this match at hand as a clothesline in the corner, but Chris coming back with an arm drag and a kick, but no. Bryce able to check it in a knee lift right to the midsection. And now a neck breaker right on Chris Danger as Bryce Blackwell is taking over this match here. And Big Nasty is loving everything that he is seeing here. His brother just being dominant here in this early going. And another clothesline to Chris Danger. As Chris Danger is wondering what the hell hit him. Chris saying, come on, come on. And now look at this. This striking combination here. Unable to take Bryce down, but it does the job. And a shoulder tackle to the back. That's very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen Chris go for that as an Irish whip into the ropes and a kick right to the face. It's like a stop and go. As now Chris going for the cover. Very lackluster, by the way, and a kick out. Not even a 1 count. Chris Danger now. He's got to do everything in his power here, and a sling blade just taking down Bryce. And now we are seeing Bryce being worn down, trying to go for that headbutt. Has him up. Looking for that F5. And just like that, Chris Danger is down here for a 2 count and a kick out at 2.5. Bryce thought he may have had him there. I'm trying to lift him up, but again, Chris Danger fighting back with that arm drag. Big Nasty. Not liking that, and a code breaker right to the face. As Chris Danger is reeling right now, he is trying to come back here in this match as he whips around Bryce Blackwell. And now a couple of clotheslines. And a drop kick sends Bryce down to the canvas here. And now Chris Danger's in the driver's seat as a Philly special knee strike. Big Nasty trying to distract Chris Danger, but he ends up distracting the referee. Getting that job done, trying to go for 2 covers here. And again, Big Nasty. Big Nasty paying dividends here for his brother Bryce. But oh, Chris Danger fighting back at a baseball slide takes down Bryce at the knees. And a moonsault there, a springboard moonsault off of the ropes there, off of that second rope. And another one. Here we go, another springboard moonsault. And now Bryce finds himself in a world of hurt here, trying to go for a taste of danger as Chris, but no. Now lifting him up again. Looking for that F5. The F5 on Chris Danger. Now looking to lift him up. Lifting him up for the kick to the mouth. The mouth kick. The mouth roundhouse. To Chris Danger. And this may be over. 1, 2, and Chris kicked out at 2.5. Chris kicked out at 2.5. And this match still continues, folks, as Chris came back with that super kick to the face and a Philly special knee strike one more time. But Big Nasty, again, distracting Chris Danger, allowing him to get back up. But Big Nasty took Bryce took way too much time to get up, excuse me. And that allowed Chris Danger just enough time, but now Bryce getting back up now. Chris Danger with a reversal. Trying for that baseball slide again to take out the knees. But no. Bryce Blackwell continues to hammer away here on Chris Danger, launching him in the corner and just planting him face first onto the canvas. This is just an onslaught of offense. Both men firing on all cylinders. Rolling Sabat kick, another one. Allowing Bryce to get in the corner, but a reversal and a chop. Man, it's getting hard to commentate this match here as a lot of action is happening all at once. It's Chris Danger now with the Irish whip. Is now Chris Danger. He's in a world of hurt right now. And another monstrous clothesline here. As Bryce Blackwell looking to lift him up again for the sky high F5. And that took literally all the energy out of Bryce Blackwell as he goes for the pin. 1, 2, and Chris Danger just able to get the shoulder up. And maybe that's because he didn't get all of that cover. He didn't get all of it. Now he's looking to lift him up on another roundhouse mouth kick. The roundhouse mouth kick one more time. 1, 2, and Chris kicked out of the mouth kick again. The roundhouse mouth kick, and Chris refuses to go down. Bryce looking to load it up again. And another one. One, 2, 3, and finally, Bryce Blackwell gets the victory here. Big Nasty, definitely give a hand to Big Nasty here because he was interfering multiple times in this match, but nonetheless, Bryce Blackwell is your winner, folks. Now let's get on to our next match. As now we have our main event of the evening. It is Jon Moxley versus Kieth Lee in a Falls Count Anywhere match. A Falls Count Anywhere. This is gonna be insane. As Jon Moxley, he's gotten a victory over Drew McIntyre, and we saw the carnage there at RCW Freefall, and I definitely think that there is going to be some carnage in this match, as this match too as well is a Falls Count Anywhere, meaning these guys can go to the parking lot. These guys can go wherever the hell they want to go and beat the living hell out of each other while doing it. Like, this is gonna be insane, folks. And I'm so happy to have you all here with me here tonight to witness this. Let's get right on to it. It is Jon Moxley and Kieth Lee. As we have Jon Moxley making his way out here first. Well, where is he? Oh, there he is. He definitely likes to come out in the most non-traditional way here. Through the crowd. He likes to have that interaction with the fans, I guess. As Jon Moxley, the innovator of unscripted violence, makes his way to the ring. And I gotta say, Moxley is definitely RCW World Champion material. And let's see if he can prove that against this man, Kieth Lee. And you're gonna have to bask in his glory and be forced to. You all know the answer. It's Kieth Lee. Like his theme song says, who's that champ I see? Rhetorical question, you all know the answer. It's Kieth Lee. And like Jon Moxley has always said, the champion makes the title. And you can be a champion in your own eyes, with or without gold around your waist. And I believe Kieth Lee believes that for sure. As Kieth Lee, is gonna have his heart tested tonight against Jon Moxley. But let's wait no further, folks. Let's get right to it. And it's Jon Moxley and Kieth Lee. Here we go. It's Jon Moxley and Kieth Lee now. It's Jon Moxley now. Jon Moxley with the Irish whip to the corner to Kieth Lee first. And Jon Moxley with a flurry of strikes here in the corner onto Kieth Lee, onto this big man, Kieth Lee. Both guys are big men in their own right, but, Kieth Lee, 300 plus pounds. It's going to take a lot like a man like this to keep a man down, and a clothesline right to Kieth Lee. And Mox is on fire. Like I mentioned, this is a falls count anywhere. These two don't even have to end the match in the ring. This can happen anywhere in the arena tonight. As Kieth Lee now firing back, trying to come back here. As Kieth Lee, he's looking to take this out into the crowd. The referee's got to come out with him. As both men begin fighting here in the crowd. There, a headbutt right to the back of the head there, forcing Moxley towards the guardrail. And a headbutt right over the guardrail. Now both men are back on the outside of the ring area. As Kieth Lee gets driven face first on the outside. Now, mind you, this is concrete here. Nothing is saving any of these men. As Moxley doing a little bit of redecorating. We've seen him do this at the RCW Freefall pay-per-view against Drew McIntyre. And now we're going to see it here. But Kieth Lee, though, refusing to go down without a fight here. As Kieth Lee lifts up Jon Moxley into that German suplex. And now Kieth Lee firing on all cylinders now. Kieth Lee lifts up Jon Moxley. Kieth Lee with a power bomb onto Jon Moxley. Some type of spirit bomb there. What is Kieth Lee going for here? Kieth Lee just dropped Jon Moxley. And now looking to get the victory here. 1, 2, and Jon kicked out. Jon Moxley kicked out. Jon Moxley able to kick out. And Jon Moxley is still in this as he's continuing to punish Kieth Lee here on the outside. And he has full authority to do so. As this is a Falls Count Anywhere match. Anywhere in this arena they can go. Referee's got to get some control here as Kieth Lee gets back in the ring. And Kieth Lee is fired up here. Kieth Lee, my God. What a monstrous right hand. Is Kieth Lee now. Kieth Lee firing on all cylinders here. My God. Kieth Lee, cross body. Drops Jon Moxley. And now Mox is in a world of hurt right now. But Mox refusing to go down without a fight here. Couple of slaps to the face. Jon Moxley, what a drop kick to the chest. And now continuing to go after the head of Kieth Lee. But a clothesline is met there as Kieth Lee trying to slow down the momentum. But Jon Moxley is not going to let him do that. Not this easily. And oh, what a chop to the chest from Kieth Lee. But these two are going to continue to go back and forth here. Going to continue to punish each other. As an elbow strike just knocked Moxley right out. Left him against the ropes, but now Kieth Lee gets tossed. Kieth Lee just got tossed, all 300 pounds of him. Tossed over the top rope. Is now Kieth Lee. Kieth Lee looking to punish Mox here with a spirit bomb. Now looking for the win here. 1. No, Moxley kicked out. Moxley kicked out. As he's looking to finish Moxley here. But Moxley with a reversal though. Moxley biting the face of Kieth Lee, and that busted him wide open. As you can see now, the blood is going to rush from Kieth Lee's head as Moxley continues to fire away these right hands. And oh my God, no, Mox, no, you've already done this to Drew McIntyre. No, come on, Mox, the paradigm shift through the announce table, the paradigm shift through the announce table, and Kieth Lee is laying motionless. 1, 2, and Kieth Lee kicked out. My God, the heart in Kieth Lee. The willingness to keep trucking, keep going on. You know, I don't know what is going on in this man, but a DDT on the outside here. And a knee right to the face, the bleeding face of Kieth Lee. Oh no, not again. Moxley has him up against the table here. Moxley, no, not again. My God, another paradigm shift through the announce table. 1, 2, and Kieth Lee kicked out of that as well. My God. What's it gonna take here? What's it gonna take here? Kieth Lee has taken every punishment in the book here. Is Kieth Lee looking to dive with the double axe handle but missed? As we are back in the ring now, and Jon Moxley was just thrown with that belly-to-belly suplex there. As now Kieth Lee looking to work away here on Moxley. I am very surprised here that Moxley is not, like, broken, or Kieth Lee's not broken, that these two are still even moving, let alone coherent enough to be in this match, to let this match continue as Kieth Lee looking to submit Moxley. Looking to submit Moxley, but Moxley able to break out of that hold, and oh, slips the legs underneath Kieth Lee. And now Moxley again firing back with the right hands. Moxley continuing to punish Kieth Lee here, but a shoulder tackle as Kieth Lee continues to fight. Kieth Lee continuing to fight here. Refusing to give up, and Moxley kicks out. Moxley with the wherewithal to kick out, and I don't know where they're still getting all this energy from. As Moxley... Don't tell me. Come on, Mox. You've already punished this man enough. As these two are on the stage, as Kieth Lee is looking to follow Moxley. And Moxley's looking to take this fight backstage. Moxley looking to take this fight backstage, folks. As we're going to take some time to get some cameras back there. As now Moxley and Kieth Lee are backstage here in this Falls Count Anywhere. These guys are backstage as... Uh-oh. Moxley with a spine buster through that table.
as both men, Moxley literally is exhausting himself. All of these men, both of these men here, are exhausting themselves, and now Kieth Lee wants to head back to the arena. Moxley wants no part of it, or Kieth Lee wants no part of this here. And we're gonna go back to the arena. Now, just like that, we are back here in the arena now, as Kieth Lee tosses Moxley with that belly-to-belly suplex. And like I said now, like, these two are just beating the living hell out of each other as Moxley gets thrown again. One, and Moxley kicks out. But now Moxley looking for the paradigm shift. Kieth Lee with a reversal. Moxley with a reversal. These two reversing every move. And Moxley is fired up. Moxley is fired up as he lifts Kieth Lee. Looking for the paradigm shift, but Kieth Lee again with the reversal. Kieth Lee lifted him up. My God, dropping Moxley. 1, 2, and Moxley kicks out again. At some point, the referee's got to stop this. Because now it's a matter of life and death now. At some point, one of these men are going to lose so much blood. I mean, Moxley isn't bleeding currently, but, you know, I'm thinking about Kieth Lee here. I'm thinking about Kieth Lee. You know, how much blood is he losing right now, just gushing from his forehead? You know, at what point do you say that these two can't continue anymore? As Moxley and Kieth Lee are back in the ring now. As he has him on the ropes here, Kieth Lee with a reversal though. Kieth Lee with a Hurricane Rana. What agility from Kieth Lee. Something that a 300-pound plus man should not be able to do, defying all sides of physics. And Moxley again biting Kieth Lee here. But again, Kieth Lee firing back here. Again, Kieth Lee. Kieth Lee looking for that spirit bomb again. But Moxley with a reversal. Moxley looking to roll it up into the paradigm shift. 1, 2, 3, and Jon Moxley finally able to get Kieth Lee to stay down. What a match! What a match, just like that, with a reversal there. With the Spirit Bomb reversal right into the paradigm shift. And Jon Moxley is your winner, folks. But wow, what a match. What a grueling match between those two men. As we close out the show, guys, thank you guys so much for joining me for another episode of RCW today. I love doing this. And, you know, it's only been broadcasted a few times here on Trovo. For sure, it's only been broadcasted a couple times, but in the times that we've done it, I've definitely loved it. I love the community here, for sure, and, you know, I've talked to a lot of streamers who have been here, you know, since the platform's launch, and I believe May. And, you know, all of it seems awesome. You know, and it's just great. you know, it's really great to, you know, I always think competition's a good thing. And, you know, I feel like Twitch, they're not going to go anywhere. Like, that's still going to be a thing. But I feel like, based on what I've heard about Trovo, and the different relationships that I've made with streamers here, and the relationship between the Trovo devs and the streamers, and how they're really focusing on building a community rather than, you know, you just wanting views and things like that, and, you know, clout and chasing money or whatever. You know, like, there are some platforms that do it better than others, and I think that Trovo is a really good place for those people who are looking to, you know, start out streaming, or are looking for some actual progress and some actual growth, and in turn have something positive and build a community. Because for the most part, what I've seen on here is nothing but positivity, nothing but loving one another and wanting each other to complete their goals and to achieve their goals. And it seems like the devs understand that this is what we want, you know, and they're constantly updating the platform. They're being in touch with the content creators. There's communication, and yeah, you know, there's things that, you know, I've heard some people not like, you know, about the Trovo event, where, you know, it says somebody gifted 50 subs to this channel, go check out this channel. Like, yeah, it's a little iffy, and they know that, and they're fixing that, and they're acknowledging the feedback. And it's so nice when, you know, with anything, when, you know, developers of anything, whether it's a platform, a game, or whatever it is, it's like you want to make sure that the people that are engaging with it, whether they're playing the game or they're streaming on your platform or creating on your platform, you want to make sure to create this place where there's transparency, where that streamers especially know where they stand. And, you know, with what's going on in the world right now, what I've wanted to do is create awesome content, but awesome wrestling content for you guys. And, you know, because I fucking love wrestling. Pardon my language, but I freaking love this stuff, man. Like, I eat, sleep, breathe, and shit wrestling. Literally. And, you know, it is a whole world that I never knew that I could be a part of in a way. And because of doing the promos with Brian Outlaw, who you will see on this show, my character, and writing a book about my life through those characters, and you know, being able to take it one step further is awesome. And to be able to share that with all of you is fantastic. And I thank you all for being so appreciative, so interactive, and, you know, awesome. Just awesome people, willing to listen to people, and willing to, you know, have people share their story. And I think that's something that we need more often than ever now. So I thank all of you for the awesome 2 years it has been streaming this show. And as we continue this season, I hope that you come back and we can create some awesome stuff together. So thank you all for joining me for another episode of RCW today. I promise I will have the episodes edited and ready to go for you guys. I promise. I'll edit episode 12 and also this episode as well, 13, and I will have it done for you guys. I promise that, and I will catch you guys next time on another stream. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys on the next stream. Thank you.